Hello and welcome to CCM Connect. Today we are interviewing our graduating seniors on what they're going to do after they graduate and move on from Western Carolina University. So if each of you could give your name and what major you're in, that would be great.
Hi, I'm Gene. I am currently majoring in biology with a pre-health professional concentration.
My name is Annalisa, and I am currently studying Parks and Recreation Management with a minor in religion.
My name is Brian Haiti. I am a super duper senior here, my 5th and a half year, and I am majoring and going to be graduating in engineering technology.
Awesome. So what did each of you guys do for peer ministry? Like what team were you guys in?
So I was kind of on multiple teams throughout my time here at Western. Some of the teams that I have been on have been small groups, Wednesday night team, and the retreat team. Those are the 3 ones that I've done throughout my time. And then kind of spent a little bit more time on some, less time on others. And then, of course, I've also helped out in other areas like cooking for Wednesday night dinners, and I also live here and helping around in other areas too.
I've been a part of every team we have here at CCM. This includes our small group, our Wednesday night teams, our retreat teams, and even our publications and different activity team. But just like Brian, I've done a little bit of everything between being at a community table and or tabling on the lawn, getting new people to come to CCM. So yeah.
I have been on, the small groups teams, leading Bible studies. I've been part of retreat team once, and also spending a lot of my time going to community table and doing that as well.
Awesome, guys. So what about your time at CCM was most impactful for you?
I think the most impactful times at CCM for me were probably going on retreats, because it gives us a chance to become closer to the faith and closer to each other. And it allows us to really open up, knowing that whatever we do at that retreat should stay at that retreat. But honestly, you end up making lifetime friends on retreats like that.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so what about your time at CCM was most impactful for you?
Just like Gene, I love retreats. I love leading them. I love participating on them. The ones that we host here through our CCM, or the ones that the diocese hosts throughout Charlotte and other places like Black Mountain. Any of those have been really, really impactful. It's gotten me a chance for me to just escape from the college life and school work and all that kind of stuff, and just go somewhere else for a little bit and just focusing on God and being able to serve and meeting new people. It's just a nice little weekend getaway. It's like a little mini vacation, and it's just really, really nice.
So I would say for me, what has been the most impactful is probably just being surrounded by the Catholic community here at Western Carolina University. So I know kind of where I went to high school, I went to a Catholic high school, and so I knew that whenever I transitioned to the next level, that being college, that I knew I didn't want to not participate in the Catholic Church. I still wanted to be a part of it. So that was something that was very big to me. I didn't want that something to end. So one of the first things I did was sought out the Catholic Campus Ministry, and then once I found out there's an actual club, so to speak. Well, we are a club. And then kind of being a part of the club and then getting involved in, so much, and then meeting Catholics from all different around the areas, all around the state. And then some students, none of us, though, we're all from North Carolina, but even meeting some students that are out of state and, what everybody's kind of different background was. What did they know before they came here Western and learned more about the Catholic faith. What had they already known? What had they gotten involved in, and stuff like that. Because I learned a whole lot more in that sense, and that was like really impactful for me, like knowing the whole background that everybody kind of had, and then as we all just kind of like learn and continue to do the stuff that we do here, like adoration, because that was something I didn't even know existed back when I was in high school. So this is my first experience with adoration was here at Western. So basically, in short, is just like the Catholic community that we have here has been most impactful to me.
That's great, Brian. So, do you guys have a favorite memory here at CCM?
I am glad you asked that question. I do have a favorite memory, and it involves Annalisa. My favorite memory was my second semester here when I cheated death because of her. So, the one time I cheated death, and it was my first time I cheated death here. So, in short, what happened, it was the annual fall beach retreat that we have in Folly Beach, and we were at the house. So, I'm going to try to paint a picture in y'all's heads. So, there's a set of stairs leading up to the house. So, here's one set of stairs, and it goes into like this, like basically U-shaped. So, stairs, and then up here's the porch. Well, in the center of the stairs, there's a tree. And so a lot of us brought Enos because we wanted to, whenever we had like some time off for like, private prayer time or just like, free time, some of us wanted to like just hang in our Enos, doing stuff like that. So the porch was taking up a lot of space. Like all the Enos were taking up all the space. So I didn't want to, kind of be excluded and out in my own area with my Eno. I wanted to, kind of be where everybody else was. So I had the amazingly brilliant idea to take one end of my Eno and wrap it around the tree in the center of the stairs. The other end of the Eno strap, I went to the edge of the porch and strapped it on that side. So then basically when I connect my Eno to the two straps, I was suspended like, basically one story above. So I was totally cool with that. And so then everyone else thought I was completely nuts. But I still went through it anyway. So Annalisa here held open my Eno so I could get in it. Because it's a two-man operation. I couldn't do that by myself. So she held it open for me. And so then as I proceeded to climb over the railing for the porch, I set my foot in and I started lowering myself. Well, Annalisa here thought I was all the way settled in. I was not all the way settled in. So, as I put the microphone down, this is how I fall out and land. And amazingly enough, I did not break any bones or anything like that. I walked out perfectly normal. And probably one of my favorite parts is Ethan, who he has since graduated. Ethan was in the outdoor shower, and he just happened to look up at the right moment through the little opening in the shower, and he walks out and he tells me, "Hey, I saw you fall down. You okay?" So that is probably one of my favorite memories. So thank you, Annalisa.
You're so welcome. So my favorite memory, right, has to be, it was, again, my freshman year, but it was at a different retreat. This one is the one that we take in the summer. So how Gene and I were talking about retreats earlier, we have retreats once every semester for our church, but also we have one for the diocese every semester. Well, this one was a summer one. It's where we learn to be small group leaders and Bible study leaders, and how to and just effectively be able to bring somebody else to Christ, and like be able to talk to them and answer questions, and just being like a good mentor and a peer minister, right? And so that one was through the Diocese of Charlotte. And so I got to meet a lot of people from our diocese that I had no idea existed, right? I didn't know that, like, this was even a community, right? Just like Brian was saying. And there was one guy I met at the retreat, and his name is Kevin Tran. And Kevin Tran, every night we would all get together at this retreat, and we would all hang out, and we'd play games, and we'd stay up until like 2 a.m. until one of the priests came knocking to our doors and was like, "Hey, go to bed." And then we would all like, skedaddle. Like, we'd all like run away, right? Like children we are. But that whole weekend has been like engraved in my mind. Like, I will never be able to forget that. And so it's not like it's one thing. It's like that whole 3 days was just the best. And it's given me a opportunity to make really deep friendships. So just like Kevin, he's in the process of becoming a priest right now. And I've even told him if my vocation is to get married, that he will be my priest at my wedding. And so it's just really, really sweet to know that like you make all these friendships and all these memories through CCM, through these retreats, and that's my favorite memory. It's just being able to get to know that guy and being able to say confidently, yeah, he's the one. He's a priest who's going to marry me. You know what I mean? Like he's going to send me off. So yeah, that's my favorite memory.
Okay. So my favorite memory of CCM is probably that first Sunday that I came up here to CCM, because I didn't really know that CCM was a place. I had done some research beforehand before I came up to Western, and being a transfer student, I figured it would be prudent if I were to try and find some friends to hang out with, because I was going to be up here for 2 years, but I know a lot of people make their friendships in their freshman year, so coming in as a junior, it's a little bit more difficult. So I figured if I got to know some people at the local Catholic church, then it would be pretty easy for me to get into a friend group. It wasn't actually until that first Saturday that I was here during Valley Ballyhoo that I actually found out that the Catholic campus ministry was actually a thing. And I came up here that first Sunday, and it was just a very welcoming and inviting place. And Deacon was a very welcoming and inviting man. And so it made me want to stick around, and I think what really cemented it for me was going on that first Friday hike up to Water Rock Knob, and making friends during that hike is really what cemented it for me. So I think that's my favorite memory, is going on that hike and that entire first week.
Nice. So, what are you guys' plans after you graduate?
So currently, right now, I am applying to optometry schools, trying to go on to be an optometrist. So that's going to be 4 more years of schooling. Yay. But I think it'll be worth it.
At the moment, I am currently applying to multiple grad schools. I want to go for either Parks and Recreation Management or outdoor education. I want to be an educator, especially in the outdoor arts, and I don't think that's recognized enough. What all you can learn from nature and like the beauty from it, and so right now it's just applying to grad school, finding work. Hopefully, you'll see me either back here or somewhere else in North Carolina, or maybe out west in the fall.
So, unlike these two, I am not applying to graduate schools. Undergraduate is all I am doing as of now. That could change. I hope it doesn't. But I am only looking to do undergraduate right now. So I am just applying and putting my resume out there to so many companies, just trying to get a job right now in this weird 2020 market. So, yeah, that's all I'm doing, is trying to get a job and no grad school.
Nice. So, how do you plan to continue to be active in your faith after you graduate?
So for me, what I plan on doing and how to continuing to be active is whenever I get a job, whenever and wherever that may be, and then depending on where I live. So I'm just going to go under the assumption that it's a place that's not all that close to home, because I am applying to places like close by where I have a house, but primarily I'm looking outside of where I have a home. So I'm just going to go under that assumption that I am going to be going somewhere that's not close by. So let's just pick a random city, for example. So let's say Knoxville, Tennessee. So I'll look around Knoxville, Tennessee, and see what are the parishes around there, because Knoxville's a big city. I would imagine they would have at least more than one parish. So see what they have, and maybe right off the bat, maybe like week 1 or 2 after I lived there, meet Father X and say, hey, like I'm a recent college graduate. I was a part of my Catholic campus ministry, and just kind of see what do they have, what events do you have here that you put on at your church throughout the year? What can I get involved in? Can I start something? So I know I want to keep my faith going, and trying to be involved in the church rather than just being like a regular Sunday person showing up every Sunday. I want to be sure I can get the most out of my parish and the most out of my faith, so getting involved in certain stuff. So yeah, whether it's like joining if they have like an annual fish fry, just participating with that, or if they have a church drive throughout the year, whether it's like canned food drive, or they put on like a pancake breakfast for Knights of Columbus or something like that, or like I said, even like, can I start something here that like something that I learned about through Western CCM. Is there something that we did here that Parish X doesn't do that I can, like, hey, like we had a really good turnout with this, like hey, like can I try this out, see if we have a good turnout, can I do that? So that's what I'm kind of looking to do, and how I can continue my faith.
So just like Brian, I also want to do kind of the same thing, where getting involved with like the local community churches and different things like that, no matter where I am. If I'm in Charlotte, if I'm in Knoxville, if I'm out west, wherever life takes me. But also, what I'm going to do immediately after I graduate, or even right before I graduate, my small group that I helped lead this semester was doing fairly well. And they actually asked if I can still lead it over Zoom during the winter break. And so who knows how long that'll last for. We still have to go through all of Revelations, so that's going to be a doozy, and that's just been working out really well. So I have that to look forward to, and like being able to lead a small group, even though we physically can't all be together, we can be together virtually, and I can still have a piece of Western with me at all times.
So for me, I know in my personal life I'm planning on adding a lot more traditions of the church. Up soon is Advent starting, and I one of the things that I've been talking about recently with some of my friends is trying to make the season of Advent the season of Advent instead of being the season of Advent Christmas. So like having two separate, distinct time periods between that, but outside of my personal life, I know when I go off to schools and things like that, I'm planning on trying to find specific other ministries, other Newman centers or Catholic campus ministry centers, and just reaching out to them and seeing what they need, and if not, reaching out to local churches, local parishes, and things like that, and trying to see what they might need, or just becoming a good lay Catholic.
So what is you guys' advice for incoming freshman Catholic students?
My advice would be to get out and find what you like to do. Find us, find the local CCM, and I know that for a fact that the friendships that you make here and the friendships you make in college will last a lifetime.
Something that I want to tell the freshmen: don't be like me. Your first 2 semesters at college, your first year, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. You're gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna make a lot of friends, but also remember to study and actually like do your work and stuff like that. Don't fall behind. I didn't fall behind. I just I should have focused more, especially in my faith. I felt like I was already somewhat very focused in my faith, and then it took me 4 years to figure out who I was, especially in the church. And just remember to focus on yourself, your mental and physical health, study a lot, pass all your classes, get involved, just like Jean said, with activities around campus or with fraternity sororities, with our Catholic campus ministry, and then also just have fun. College is meant for you to have fun, and I know that us three, if we could relive, freshman year, we would. Your junior year, but but we would all relive our first year at Western just so that we could have those moments again and those fun times with our friends and like meeting new people. So just know that God has you and that the Holy Spirit will guide you if you pray to him.
So I have 3 pieces of advice. Number 1, since I have been here for so long, 5.5 years, I have been here for 5.5 years because I walked under the clock tower. So, first piece of advice is don't walk under the clock tower and be here for as long or longer as I have. It's called the Alumni Bell Tower for a reason. Moving on. So my second point of advice I would say is to keep an open mind. So don't just come in here thinking like, oh, like I only want to do X, Y, and Z. I only want to get involved with, X club or X sorority, X fraternity. Keep an open mind about what opportunities there are here to do at Western. And even like specifically within CCM, like of course we want you to join us. We want all the Catholic people to join us and have a great time. So and then with like within the Catholic Campus Ministry, keep an open mind about what all the opportunities that we have here in terms of like Wednesday nights, retreats, the small groups, even like other forms of prayer that you may not know about. I know like not everybody likes the same form of prayer. We all like our own different things. Like someone might prefer the rosary, someone might prefer liturgy of the hours. But keep an open mind about all the different opportunities that we have, or that the Catholic Church has on prayer, what you can do like down in there in the chapel. So keep an open mind about everything, whether it's CCM related or like out on campus related, about what you may or may not want to get involved in, because who knows, you could be surprised about what you may end up liking. May end up being something that you hadn't really thought about that you'd end up joining or liking before. So keep an open mind, and don't keep it shut off and let it be open to new opportunities. My last piece of advice I would say is to go out and about and explore. So don't just keep yourself here centralized on campus. Go out and about, see what's around. I understand it's also difficult if you don't have a car, but so if you don't have a car, be friends with someone who does have a car. So go out and about around your area here at Western Carolina University. So go out into Silva, go out into Dillsboro. In my opinion, we have the best barbecue in the state at Haywood Smokehouse. Then if you're an outdoorsy person like myself, and especially Annalisa is, because it's Parks and Recreation Management is our major, we are the top adventure college. We have been voted the top adventure college for 5 times. So there are tons of opportunities that you can do in terms to get involved outdoors, like snowboarding, skydiving, and the list goes on. I'm not going to list everything, but there's so much more there. We had the famous Blue Ridge Parkway that has gorgeous views, gorgeous hikes, even like the tallest waterfall in the state. And actually the tallest waterfall east of the Mississippi is in this state. It's about an hour way out in Cashiers. So go out and about, see what's around in the area. There's some really, really great and beautiful stuff out here. So those are my 3 words of advice.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you for your time, and good luck after you guys graduate. Yeah, do your best in life, and good luck. And for those of you wondering who this kitty cat is, she's my cat Willow.
I love her.
And on a whim, I said, do you guys want me to bring her? And they all said, yeah, so here she is. She's the unofficial mascot of CCM, and she's cuddly and lovely, and she's the best kitty ever. So since this is our last CCM Connect of the semester, I'd like to sign off by saying Happy Advent, Happy Christmas, Happy New Year's, and we'll see you next semester.
Bye.
Toodles!